Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about land and climate. We have already discussed about its introduction, the introduction of North America. If you haven't seen that video, then I have given the link of that video in description. You can view that. So let us understand about it. As India has various type of features like Great Plains, the northern plains, northern mountains, that is Himalayas, Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. Just like it, there are a lot of features that India possesses. So North America has also various types of features. I'm not talking about only one country, that is the whole continent. So let us understand that what are the various features of North America. This is the physical map of North America. You can see here. We are going to discuss about just it. Physical features of North America could be classified into four major groups. First group is Canadian Shield, second one Central Plains, whom we also say as Central Lowlands or Prairies Grassland, which is one of the significant temperate grasslands of the world. Third one is Appalachian Mountain or Eastern Highlands. Fourth one is Western Cordilleras. Now let us see about this feature on map. Here you can see the physical map. In the physical map, the middle portion of the North America is the prairies grassland, about which we'll discuss about all the physical features of North America in detail. But here, first of all, see its fundamental knowledge. So in the northeastern part, you can see Canadian Shield is situated. In the western side, in the whole western side across the continent, there is Western Cordillera in which various ranges are present. In the in the southeastern part, you can see Appalachian Mountain is there, so that is the portion which is known as Appalachian Mountains. So these are the four major physical features of North America. Now let us understand about all the major physical features of North America in detail. First of all, I have written here about Canadian Shield. Earth was formed in 4.6 billion years ago or 4600 billion years ago. Right from that time to 514 million years ago, it is considered that that was Precambrian era. In that time, Earth was in molten state and was solidifying to form the solid state. So just in that era, Canadian Shield was formed. Till now, there are four eras of Earth. Out of them, the first is Precambrian era. You have to tell about the last one. I am telling you two other as well, that are Paleozoic and Mesozoic, and you have to tell the last one in which we are living today. I'll see that who gives the answer first. This plateau, the Canadian Shield, is also known as Laurentian Plateau, and major portion of the Canada is Canadian Shield. Only a little portion is other physical features. Major portion of the Canada is Canadian Shield, and some parts of Canadian Shield is also in United States of America. We'll discuss about it in detail when we'll study about all the countries particularly. As I told you that it is also known as Laurentian Plateau, and average height of this plateau is 300 to 600 meters, and it is situated around Hudson Bay. Here you can see that here Hudson Bay is situated. Hudson Bay, this is the Hudson Bay, this is Gulf of Mexico, but this is the Hudson Bay around which it is situated. This is Labrador Sea, and there if we see it has got hidden by this black strip. But for information, I'd like to tell you just above the Brooks Range there is Bering Strait, which separates Asia from North America. Understand about some of the other facts about Canadian Shield. Here you can see that Canadian Shield has also been depicted here in this map. You can see here. So around Hudson Bay it is situated, and what are its boundaries you can see here by pausing the video. Of Canadian Shield, five Great Lakes are situated, which are Superior Lake, Huron Lake, Michigan Lake, Erie Lake, and Ontario Lake. Out of these five lakes, all the lakes are in Canada and USA both, but Michigan Lake is only in USA. Now let us see all those Great Lakes on map. Here you can see Lake Superior is here, Lake Superior is here, Lake Michigan, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, and Lake Ontario. So these are the 5 lakes present in Great Lake area, and it also drains the Canadian Shield. All these 5 lakes are connected with each other by man-made canal, but Lake Michigan and Lake Huron is connected with each other by a strait which is known as Strait of Mackinac. If you want to know about all these lakes in detail, then you can comment in the comment box. Then I'll make a separate video on this topic. Now let us understand about some of the other facts related to Canadian Shield. Canadian Shield is drained by Great Lakes, St. Lawrence River and Mackenzie River. Mackenzie River is the longest river of the Canada. In north, it is covered by snow due to excessive cold. Obviously, there would be the excessive cold because that is the tundra region, that is the Arctic Circle. This Canadian Shield is rich in minerals. As you all know that all the plateaus are rich in minerals. We'll discuss about its mineral in detail when we'll study about resources and utilization chapter. Niagara Falls is the fall which is situated between Erie and Ontario Lake, as I have told you about Erie and Ontario Lake here. So between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, Niagara Falls is situated. As you can see here, it is very famous falls, Niagara Falls. Here I have shown its image as well. As we have discussed about the first physical feature of North America, that is Canadian Shield, so now let us study about the second one, which is Western Cordillera. It is also known as Pacific Cordillera. Before understanding about it, learning the facts about it, let us understand what is the meaning of Cordillera. Cordillera is a Spanish term which means a range of mountain. Various cordilleras are present in the western side of the continent, North America continent, which are Coastal Range, Sierra Nevada Range, Sierra Madre Range, Cascade Range, Alaska Range, and Rockies. These are the 6 major cordilleras present in the western side of the North American continent. Out of this, Rockies Mountain is the prominent mountain range. You would have also listened about its name. Here, let us see about all those mountain range on map. Here, first of all, Alaska Range is situated here. Then Rockies Mountain range is situated here, which is the most prominent one. Then Coastal Range, Cascade Range, Sierra Nevada, Sierra Madre. So these are the 6 major range, and there is a range named Brooks Range as well. The highest peak of all the cordilleras present here is Mount McKinley, or which is also known as Mount Denali. Its height is 6,190 meters. The first national park of the world, Yellowstone National Park, is also situated in this region of Western Cordillera, which is famous for Old Faithful Geyser. Before understanding about Old Faithful Geyser, let us understand that what is geyser. In the second image of the slide, you can see that because of high pressure, water is coming out from the surface through vent, and this is the geyser about which we were discussing earlier. And geyser, Old Faithful Geyser, and it is situated in Yellowstone National Park, and because of this geyser, it attracts much more tourists every year. So in this Cordillera, not only Old Faithful Geyser is present, other geysers are also widely found, so it is famous for geysers. Various intermountain plateaus are also present in this region. First of all, let us understand that what are intermountain plateaus. Mountains are present like this, and between these mountains, plateaus are situated. So plateau which is situated between 2 mountains is known as intermountain plateau. Intermountain plateaus present in this region are Columbia, Colorado, Great Basin, Mexican Plateau, etc. Out of all these intermountain plateaus, Great Basin and Colorado are most famous. Colorado is the largest of all these plateaus. Grand Canyon is also in it. Let us understand that what are canyon. Simply we can see that here a dent is situated, a dent has been created between 2 steep rocks. So a dent between 2 steep rocks could be said as canyon. It is the misnomer that Grand Canyon is the Grand Canyon is the deepest canyon of the world. No. Yarlung Tsangpo of China is the deepest canyon of the world. Grand Canyon comes at the 5th position. Death Valley, about which we have discussed in erstwhile video, is also situated in Great Basin Plateau. If you haven't seen that video, that was the introduction video of North America, then link has been given in description box. You can view that video from that. Only four deserts are situated in North America. It is coincidence that all the four deserts are in just western Cordilleras. Out of this four, only Sonoran Desert is cold and left three are hot deserts. I have depicted all the deserts here by various colors you can see. Here you can see that on the eastern side of the continent, Appalachian mountain range is situated. Appalachian mountain range. As I told you that it is situated in the eastern side of the continent, North America. These mountains are also fold mountains, just like Rockies mountains range and other mountain range which were situated in western Cordilleras. Only difference between both is that this is residual mountain. This is very old. Because of being so old, it is residual mountain, and because of erosion, its great height has reduced to very low height. You can understand about its height just by knowing its highest peak, which is Mount Michel, and its height is only 2038 meter. Main river flowing in this mountain range area is New River, and there is one more river as well, which is Hudson River, on whose bank New York City is situated. And River is also one of the prominent rivers of this range. Here you can see the course of Hudson River, uh, which is ending at New York City and mixing into and getting mingled into this Atlantic Ocean. And this Hudson River is connected to Lake Erie with the help of this Erie Canal. Now let us understand about the Central Lowlands, which is the fourth physical feature of North America. It is also known as prairies grassland, and its main river is Mississippi River, and it is also known as wheat basket of the world. I haven't written here much more about this because we'll discuss about it in detail in next video. We have learned about the various physical features of North America. Now let us come to the climate of North America, which was one of the major topics to be covered in this video. Various kinds of climate are experienced in the subcontinent. About most part of the North America is in temperate region. In northern side, excessive cold is experienced, but as we go towards south, the temperature starts decreasing because we start going toward the equator. In western side, western lights blow. Because of this, in western side of the continent, much more rainfall is experienced. Here you can see western lights are blowing, and because of it, in British area, rainfall also happens. And you can, if you see, then this is just on the same latitude. Britain and this region of North America is on the same latitude. That's why in this part of the western side of North America, much more rainfall is experienced. But since there are obstacles, which is western Cordillera, because of this, the monsoon carrying wind are not able to go toward this side. That's why rainfall doesn't occur in that side. And because of less rainfall, there is grassland in the middle of the subcontinent, in the middle of continent as well, about which we'll discuss in the next video. But here let us understand about some of the facts. Taiga forest is found in the tundra region, which is in the frigid zone, the region of North America which is in frigid zone. In that region, taiga forest is found, which is famous for making paper pulp. Now let us understand about the climatic regions of North America. On the upper side of North America, tundra type of climate is found. There becomes much more cold, or excessive cold is felt there. If we go toward the north eastern side of the continent, then Laurentian type of climate is experienced. Then in southeastern side of the continent, Gulf type Chinese climate is there. Then taiga coniferous forests are found in this in this region, which has been depicted by green color. Grassland, prairie grassland is situated here. Desert is here. British type of climate is felt in the region which has been depicted by red color, and the region which has been depicted by orange color, there Mediterranean type of climate is present. Video is being so long, that's why I'm not going to tell you about the detail of all these types of climate. You can read about it. I have given the description of all those type of climates here. Climate of North America is affected by three major factors. First one is latitude. The North American continent is situated between Arctic Circle and Tropic of Cancer. That's why neither there is much more heat nor much more cold in this temperate region. Most of the part is in temperate region, as I have told you about it earlier. And the northern part of North America is above the Arctic Circle. That's why much more cold is felt there. And some part of some part of North America is also near equator. That's why people feel much more hot at that place. Second factor is ocean current. Here you can see that around the North American continent, various ocean currents are there. Gulf Stream and Labrador Current. These are the two major ocean currents which affect the climate of North America. Gulf Stream makes the climate of this part of North America hot, whereas Labrador Current makes this part of climate of North America cold. And the place where Gulf Stream and Labrador meets, there Newfoundland is found, and that is very famous for fishing. We'll discuss about all this in the video of resources and utilization of North America. Third one is direction of mountain ranges. As I have told you that in the eastern side and in the western side there are mountain ranges, but in the northern side or in the southern side there are no any mountains. That's why cold waves or cold wind waves easily come in this continent and makes the continent so cold. We have discussed about all the significant facts related to land and climate of North America. If any fact or if any topic is yet left, then you can comment in comment box. I'll try to make video about that in next class. Thanks for watching.